Not only has COVID-19 hurt businesses, it's left many welfare organisations in a bind. Homeless shelters, food banks and children's homes across Taiwan say the pandemic has caused a drop-off in donations and a shortfall in protective supplies. Formosa News reporter Stephanie Yang reports on how they are coping with COVID-19 and how the public can help.
The homeless line up to get their hands sanitized and temperatures checked. After that, they write down their health information on a form. This is an event held by the Zhen'an Homeless Social Welfare Foundation. The foundation serves 2 free meals a day, 5 days a week for up to 60,000 homeless and disadvantaged people a month. Normally, everybody eats together in the basement, but due to COVID-19, the foundation now hands out bento boxes to go.
We have stopped allowing the homeless to live in our shelters. Right now, we go out to them on the streets to check on their health, to see if they are feeling ill. We do this epidemic prevention work in collaboration with the Department of Social Welfare. So far, due to the epidemic, we have canceled all our public events for the first half of the year. From January to March, our donations decreased by at least 3 million NT. This affects our ability to provide meals. That's why we hope that the public can help us.
To help the underprivileged combat the outbreak, the welfare group is asking for donations of much-needed supplies, such as soap, surgical masks, and rubbing alcohol.
We serve a lot of disadvantaged and homeless people. Right now, we do not have enough rubbing alcohol or hand soap for them to use. If volunteers are willing to make soap at home, they can mail it to us.
This charity is just one of the many across Taiwan that are struggling to provide vital services amid the epidemic. The Mustard Seed Mission, which provides shelter and occupational training for vulnerable children, is trying to cope with declining donations. According to the Mustard Seed Mission, many of its regular donors have come into financial hardship due to the epidemic.
In terms of donations, statistics show that from January to March, nearly 300 sponsors stopped donating.
To make matters worse, the organization's manpower needs have nearly doubled. That's because it has decided to close the doors of its residential care homes to volunteers to minimize the children's infection risk. Ann Wu, the CEO of the Mustard Seed Mission, says that more than 90% of Taiwan's residential care homes are suffering from a manpower shortage.
All our volunteer services have stopped. People from outside aren't allowed to come into our shelters anymore to decrease the chances of children getting infected. Shelters have also done lots of preparation. For example, we teach the kids how to manage their health. We also taught them how to make their own masks.
The Mustard Seed Mission says that one of its most pressing needs is for protective equipment like face masks. Such equipment is a must for social workers who come into close contact with people every day.
Previously, we had asked the government to note the needs that residential childcare homes have for protective gear and cleaning supplies. These needs are now met. Now the main shortfall is in our community outreach operations. When our social workers go out for public information campaigns or rescue work, they need basic protective supplies.
Amid COVID-19, welfare groups are racing to keep up with the needs of their staff and the vulnerable groups they serve. They hope donors of the government will come to their aid to provide the necessities they need during the crisis. Formosa News, Stephanie Yang, Cai Chenyou in Taipei.